While some of us might consider the teachers in our high school to be dull and boring, you can't deny that the teachers in anime are awesome. Energetic, thoughtful, and heartwarming, they are always some of the best parts of slice of life anime. Even if it's not the same genre, the teachers are always ready to help their students. Or not, depending on what kind of person they are. It's time to learn about these awesome teachers that make school and anime a lot of fun. Be warned, lots of mispronunciation ahead. Number 10. Suzuku Naomiya from Beyond the Boundary. Despite its popularity, Beyond the Boundary was just an okay anime that didn't really do anything for me. That is except for 3 things: its animation, its ending theme, and the teacher. While she doesn't get any development, she is very enjoyable to watch during the small screen time that she has. While she is a teacher by day, she is also a spirit world warrior by night, always hunting down powerful Yomo for a big profit. She often helps with backup when the other characters are facing a powerful foe. Despite her beauty, she often turns down men who ask her out. She likes to work alone, because splitting any money would mean less of a profit for her. She's a fun character in a show that can be very mediocre at times. Number 9. All Might from My Hero Academia. He's the hope of all inspiring heroes and all of mankind. The hero of heroes. At the school of UA, he serves as a teacher to the hero class, most notably with our main group of characters of 1A. He serves as a mentor to Deku and helps him control the quirk that he gave him, which can sometimes get in the way of being fair to all the students in some of the exercises that they do. Though usually happy-go-lucky and always boasting his big smile, when the villains arrive and threaten his students and fellow teachers, he becomes very serious and actually kinda scary, despite the limitations that his injuries put on his one-for-all quirk. All he cares about is protecting his students, even if that puts his life on the line. In an anime that is about a superhero high school, what other teacher would you want besides All Might himself?
A real hero! We'll always find a way for justice to be served!
Number 8. Minho Amagata from Free and Free Eternal Summer. Leaving her past days as a swimsuit model behind, Minho decided to become a teacher and eventually became the advisor of the Slim Club that our main characters are in. She's a quirky young woman that only becomes mean when someone brings up her modeling days. She also likes to use old and confusing literature phrases to help make a point to help the characters, even if they never understand what she's saying. She's always nice to be around, cheering on the boys at swim meets and helping Ko out with managing the swim team. Always being the voice of reason, Minho is a teacher that you can always rely on. Number 7. Nanako Kyorai from Lucky Star. More of a friend and a teacher at times, this woman has a very relaxed personality. She frequently borrows and exchanges video games from Konata, and they play online multiplayer games together late at night. Nanako likes to tease Konata for slacking off playing video games instead of doing her homework, even though Nanako is also slacking off from her work at the same time. She often likes to keep her students in line and make sure that they are always working hard on their studies, though she will lend a helping hand when needed. She also likes to hang out with Konata's cousin Yui, which were some fun scenes to watch. Sometimes acting more like a teenager herself, Nanako is a fun teacher that needs to learn to not be the same as the students that she teaches.
I just gotta publish it and... No! Back! Go back!
Number 6. Yuri, whatever her last name is, from Toradora. The funniest thing about Yuri is that she has a reputation for telling long stories during class, mostly about her single life and her bad relationships with men. Only class representative Kitamura can stop her and get her focused on her teaching. Towards the end of the show, when characters start to form into their relationships, she can become angry at times when some of them complain about their relationship problems and about being single. She hates that she's not married and is always alone, which is funny on how over-the-top exaggerated she can become at these parts. Even though it's at the misery of the character, her loneliness is really funny mostly because of how realistic her troubles are. She's the character that you root happiness for, because her single life is just so depressing at times.
Figures, sure. I bet you did lots of fun things, right? But summer for a 17-year-old is totally different from a terminally single 30-year-old woman. That's life.
Number 5. Itoko Osakabe from School Rumble. Popular with the male students for her beauty, Itoko is one heck of a fierce teacher, often bringing her younger cousin Harima hell. Throughout the show, she has a fear that her past might be known to others, which is something that Yoko, her best friend, sometimes uses against her to gain favors of company a few times. The two of them are almost always together, and their relationship is hinted at being more than just friends, although this has never been confirmed outright.
But if any more guys come after you, you won't have time left for me.
Okay, I understand. I'll play with you tonight, but for now I need some time by myself.
Yay!
Though the perverts of the school are always trying to get a suggestive peep at Itoko, she will always make them regret it, much to Yoko's amusement. She's quite a seductress and is one beauty of a teacher in this slice of life anime.
You and I, we've been through a lot.
Yes, we have. Good times and bad, we've stuck together through them all.
Number 4. Stein, from Soul Eater. A teacher who would rather dissect his students than teach them, Stein is someone who definitely has a few screws loose, though at the same time, he takes every unpredictable thing that happens at the academy to teach his students something important. Like when Blackstar and Soul fight Kid, he teaches Maka about sensing soul wavelengths. He is actually sort of like a father figure to a lot of his students, despite the madness that he often exhibits. His friendship with Spirit and relationship with Marie were fun interactions that brought some heart to the anime. He certainly is one of the scariest members of the good guys, with his unpredictable nature always catching everyone off guard. He has a great control over his soul wavelength that, even without a weapon, he is fully capable of protecting his students. Despite his crazy nature, he's a teacher that makes every day in class a new experience every day.
Everything in the world is an experimental test subject. Of course, that includes myself as well.
Number 3. Kazuko Saotome, from Madoka Magica. Much like Yuri, as mentioned before, Kazuko likes to talk on and on about her single life and the men that she hates in front of her class, forgetting to teach the lesson of the day. When she's not constantly having trouble keeping a boyfriend, she likes to hang out with Junko, Madoka's mother, at the bar. The scene when the two of them are just talking about the recent events that have been happening in the city is one of my favorite scenes in the anime, and you can tell the closeness of these two characters. Whenever she goes into a rant about her ex-boyfriends and how they are just not the right men for her, I was always laughing. She's just a funny character that always has a big smile on her face. She brought the comedy in this otherwise dark and depressing anime.
Therefore, it goes without saying that you should never judge a woman's beauty by the way she fries her eggs. Remember, girls, do not associate with men who refuse to eat eggs that have been fried sunny side down.
Number 2. Izumi Curtis, from Fullmetal Alchemist and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Izumi Curtis never thought that she would become a teacher one day. That is until the young Elric brothers got on their knees and begged her to teach them alchemy. Seeing how they didn't have any parents, Izumi took them under her wing. She taught them fighting, alchemy, and the way that the balance of the world works, even if that meant sticking them on an island for a long-ass time until they were truly ready to learn alchemy. Because the brothers' mother died at an early age, Izumi is sort of like a mother figure to the two of them. Whenever they need advice or a good beating to get their minds back on track, they can always rely on Izumi to point them in the right direction. Despite being a sickly woman with most of her organs either missing or messed up, she is perhaps one of the strongest characters in the show, absolutely dominating Sloth with the help of her muscular husband. Though she is the simple housewife, she'll teach you the way while beating the crap out of you at the same time.
Teacher!
I'm sorry. Who the hell are you?
Pissed off!
Number 1. Kodo-sensei, from Assassination Classroom. Spoiler alert for the character's backstory, so if you haven't seen Assassination Classroom yet, don't watch the rest of the video. Or do, it's totally up to you. A mutation of a serial killer gone wrong, Kodo-sensei is the octopus-like creature that teaches the class of 3E. The woman who helped study him when he was being experimented on was teaching the class at first, when he fell in love with her. After her tragic death, he decided to teach the class himself and help them out with their misery. Thanks to his incredible speed and abilities, he is able to uniquely teach them better than any other teacher possibly could. Also, when the students attempt to assassinate him, they are learning to be confident in themselves and being able to face the world head on. Kodo-sensei also has the ability to turn what would otherwise be villains into important members of the classroom, whether student or teacher. Without the help of Kodo-sensei, the class of 3 would have just continued to be bullied by the rest of the school, and not have been able to have the possibility of a good life. The popularity of the character pretty much speaks for himself, so go watch the show and be taught some lessons yourself by the mutant octopus.
系の超スピードはこういう情報を知るためにあるんですよ。
あなたという部落の影打ち抜けるでしょうか。挑む限り可能性はあればミスターティーチャー見ていて迷いをひ僕ら誰よりもあなたのためにご連動中さ